Hey yo, if you want to support the movement or give a donation, make sure you cop a couple of these Gen Pop t-shirts. You heard? These is crispy. Link in the comments and the link is in the description. Click that, cop that. Z-Lord.
Hey yo, shout out to the bro Blur. You heard? Shout out to Farragut. Shout out to the whole Brooklyn, Crown Heights, Southside, Jamaica, Queens. You already Snow Cone. You heard? We in the building, man. We all in the building together, baby. This New York City, and we documenting that real New York City and Rikers Island history for facts.
He came back and he said, "What you say, short man?" And this, that, and the third. And he said, "Oh, when they crack yourself, I'ma tear your ass up." Right? I said, "Yeah, alright." I'm in Mar 5. We're in Mar 5 for about 4 or 5 weeks. Good, man. So everything's comfortable for me for the first few weeks that I'm on Rikers Island. Center should be in the 6th building. Now here comes into Mar 5. This dude from the Bronx. He wants to get on the phone. He's super cool. I'm building with him. Shout him out. Ron Mac, man. Shout it out, man, from Eden Wall, man. Shout it out. Ron Mac was in the Mar 5. We was in Mar 5 together, man. So I guess the Bronx and Brooklyn wasn't really that beefing because we had, and Queens. I'm fucking with a Bronx dude and a Queens dude. You know what I'm saying? In 5, in Mar 5 and shit. But anyway, Ron Mac comes in. Some agreement. He agrees to fight some dude from Queens, some dude from Southside. Ron Mac walks to the back to shoot 5 for his time on the phone. He beats him up so bad, everything got crazy and chaotic and shit, man. They started packing everybody up. They moved everybody out of Mar 5.
Who beats who up so crazy?
Ron Mac. My son Ron Mac from the Bronx, man. The dude, he had time on Ronald and EJ phone, man. He had like half an hour on the phone in the New Jack house. These dudes been in there for a few months, all of them. So me coming in was new. Ron Mac coming in like a couple of days not a couple of days. He came in. When he came in, he was only there for like 2-3 days, man, before he really pressed for the phone. And so they agreed to send him, let him fight one of the dudes that had time on the phone, some dude named from Southside and shit. So Ron Mac walked to the back of Mar 5, and my son Ron Mac beat the shit out of this dude. Boom, 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 boom. Leaked the shit out of him. Anyway, everybody gets packed up. That's in the happy days in Mar 5 when Ron Mac came in and deaded this dude on the thing, and he did it with his hands, beat him up, boom, boom, boom. So here we go. I seen somebody beat somebody up and was good for the phone. So I'm like, okay, still blinded about how Rikers Island really get down, even though I got peoples and shit, lads, that done came home and went back in and got cut and did all of that shit. I still yet to see somebody get splashed, you know what I'm saying? Oh, and you know, that was the story that broke the camel's back because, like I said, Rado and EJ, they was running around like they was in population house, you know what I'm saying? Rado, he knew how to jail a little bit, and he used to take EJ in the hallways and shit and run around, and they make it hot. And everybody didn't like Mar 5. I meant to tell you that too. They didn't like Mar 5 because them two niggas was running around acting the fool. So anyway, they packed everybody up. They sent everybody to population, and they sent my boy J-Boy, they sent him to the Sprungs and shit. And I said, oh shit, I'm thinking I'm going to the Sprungs, you know what I'm saying? I'm sentenced, he's sentenced, you know what I'm saying? Nah, not me. Even though I was sentenced, my classification was some old stupid shit, you know what I'm saying? D felonies, and put me in there on some other shit in that building, man. So anyway, they sent Gabby. They sent Gabby to, first, before that, I went to Law Library a couple of times because I was saying, let me find Hook. I gave a little Hook a bubble razor, right? My few weeks in Mar 5, I learned that's the only razor I probably would get because, you know what I'm saying, I wasn't really fucking with niggas that was, you know what I'm saying, had the shit. Rado and EJ and, you know what I'm saying, and Gabby. Gabby, I thought he had it. He should have had it when he went to population, boy. So anyway, they sent me to one lower. First house I go to, leaving R5. One lower. I get in one lower. I'm down there for a couple of days and shit. You know what I'm saying? I guess I was a shorty that was minding my business. Niggas like me or whatever. And I was talking to some dude, but I forgot his name. But anyway, one day down there, he let me hold his Walkman. And it was a lock-in. And they told us to lock in, but when I went down there and stood near my cell, I realized I left the Walkman in the day room and shit. And I was trying to tell the CO, like, like, hold on. And they ripped me up for refusing to lock in and shit. So that's something I'm gonna get to. But while I'm down there, I said, oh shit, my first time. I'm down there, it's like a couple of days I'm down there. It's in the day room. First of all, these dudes don't know me, but I remember their names because everything I remember, you know. I'm in one lower, Monk was down there, Sterling. These are some dudes, they was on Bushwick. They was co-defendants, I heard. You know what I'm saying? Just off the walls of the fort building, I heard while I was there and shit, you know. And who else was down there? Some little short, stocky dude named Prince, light-skinned dude and shit. He was in the day room and shit. I seen him. He was swinging the ox at this tall, skinny, I don't know if he's Jamaican or Panamanian shit. I think his name was Pep. You know what I'm saying? He was down there. This is 1992, one lower on the north side. For some reason, I went to every cell house I went to. I was always on the north side. So, cause I don't know. That's my luck. I go on the north side. They in the day room, and he's swinging the ox at this tall dude, and this tall dude is swinging a milk crate at him. So he's fighting him off with a milk crate, and he's swinging the razor at him. I heard through the mumbles that it was something over the telephone. You know what I'm saying? And anyway, it was quiet, and he wound up smacking son on his wrist and all of that with the milk crate. This little short dude, his name was Prince. I'm always in the day room. He's swinging the milk crate. He busted a nigga across his wrist and all of that. I think it was bleeding a little bit. You know what I'm saying? A couple of stitches he needed. But you know, nobody said anything. The CO didn't come in there and break nothing up, see nothing. I go to my cell. A couple of days later, you know, I forget the Walkman in, and boom, after they told me forcefully get the fuck in there, like yelling down the corridor, I get in there and I'm like, damn, I don't know what the fuck is going on in this cell house. Man, I ain't want to lock in without the music. That's what I'm waving down there trying to tell them. So anyway, I lock in. I'm like, I'm waiting to tell the CO, like, complain to the motherfucker that my shit is in there. And that was it. Anyway, I get a ticket and I get sent to the Bing. So I make a quick in and out of one lower. I get sent to the Bing for refusal to lock in. They give me 10 days in the Bing, right? Boom. They send me to one main. I'm in one main Bing. They give me 10 days. I walk in there. It's on the north side. I'm walking there, and I'm walking down the corridor. This shit, you know, everybody explain how cell houses is, but this one is, you could tell it was the smell and everything, and that shit was different, man. So, you know, from all your stories, when they say they was up in Southport, shit slinging and all that stupid shit, they was doing that shit in the bank. Oh, E-Bron talked about that shit. Yeah, they must have been doing all of that shit in there, because that shit smelled different from R5. That shit smelled different from Mar 9 the first time I ever went in there, and their shit smelled different from one lower, right? So I was happy to get inside my cell, and like I couldn't even walk down that shit. That shit was awful. And before I even make it to my cell, I hear a familiar voice, man, a stuttering ass voice. Here we go, EJ. He ain't last too long in population. His ass was in the Bing already too. You heard what I'm saying? He's like, yo, who that? Blur. I was like, yo, what up? Anyway, I lock in. You know what I'm saying? Who's down in the Bing? Some dude from East New York. His name was Littles. He was in there. You know, I only know these names because people used to be on their gate yelling and talking shit. So you hear and cracking jokes and all type of shit. Dude, you know, yo, son, saying people names and all of that. Another name that was down there, I believe his name was Coochie Frito. This dude, he was next to me, but I think he told me his name was Julio Cruz or something like that. And he was like, yo, he must have seen when I came in, Laz, and I ain't really have too much shit. And he gave me some boxers or something, man. He gave me a pair of boxers, Laz. This Spanish stuff, and I laughed because this shit was a size 40 fucking 4. I was like, what the fuck? What kind of animal was in this cell next to me, man? They Coochie Frito. Oh shit. But anyway, I was in there, and I think I heard a name down in that thing that I've heard, like Dead Eye or some shit like that, man. Word. I think that name was in One Main too at that time, if I'm not mistaken. You know, of course, I ain't really, my couple of days down in that Bing, I ain't really have too much conversations with EJ. We didn't really, and I didn't hear him saying too much to anybody, and shit like that, or me. I guess he must have, I don't know. He was on some different type of stuff in jail. I realized that because after I get out of One Main Bing, you know, you can see people in jail that you know from the streets and they act different, you know what I'm saying? Now, I get out of One Main Bing, man, they send me the 4 upper, Laz, they send me the 4 top, man. So 4 upper the north side. I get up there, I forgot what cell they send me to. You know, everybody talk about how you first come to the A and B gate, you know what I'm saying? Niggas do come to the gate and they look in there and see if you got anything or whatever they might want or whatever. And, you know, my bag was little and shit, I gotta admit that. But, you know, I still seen them looking like, anyway, like, fuck your bag anyway, like, who's coming in this house? I didn't get that experience in One Lower. And I ain't get that experience in the Bing because I ain't really see nobody. You know what I'm saying? In the Bing, you in there, man. That shit is insane. You everybody know how that go. So now I get 4 upper. 4 upper's crowded. It's crazy up in 4 upper, Laz. Up at 4 upper at this time. I want to say the names because you say your memory's crazy. Ring Dog was in 4 upper. He had a little chubby Jamaican dude named Magoo. I remember Magoo. He had glasses, Laz. He used to sing all the time. He had his favorite song he used to sing about Jah shining his light. Like a lonely sheep with no one to love me. Think Jah just shine his light. Jah make me feel alright. Jah give me true love. And need not search no more. And that rings in my head because this little fat Jamaican dude used to sing that shit every night, right? Niggas talk, who's up at 4 upper? Mick from Brownsville, Big Mick was up at 4 upper. He was up in there. Who else was in there? Yo, when I get in 4 upper, Laz, you know, a cell house, they only got like 30-something cells, and nobody ever say nothing about it. But when I went up in there, man, it was this Jamaican dude, man, skinny and shit. He looked like Cyber Ranks. He had a co-defendant named Stone, man. Nobody talk about this Jamaican dude named Kirky Shine, man. And he was my first situation up in 4 upper. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't a situation, but my attitude and the way those Jamaicans, it was about 17 of them up in that one side of that house, man, and they had some strength. Even though you had some gorillas up in there, man, that I later found out just how much they was because shit, a few of them just, you know, recently came back to the world. And I'm talking, this was 92. I'm like, God damn, you know what I'm saying? Big up to all of y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? The forces, you can't stop the forces. God is good and all of that, man. But anyway, Laz, it's a schoolhouse too. So we in there. It's 17 Jamaican niggas. Like they had strength. I ain't gonna hold you. I had a fight with a couple of them. Well, yeah, I had a couple of fights in there. In 4 Upper, Laz. Who else is in 4 Upper? There's one dude, I seen him in there. He a big head nigga, man. Big head, big teeth and all of that. But I had met him in 1990 at a at a program and shit, Laz. In 1990 summer at a program my aunt had got me into, where, you know what I'm saying, fucked up kids and shit, you can go and work. It was like a summer youth program, but it wasn't actually summer youth, I don't think. It was in Medgar Evers College, right? And this dude that was in 4 Up, I met him there. His name is Gerard, man. Big head, and that's what everybody call him, Big Head Gerard. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say these names because, you know what I'm saying, you ain't gotta believe him. I'll give him his flowers and all of that. Now, he was at this program in Flatbush, at Medgar Evers with me and shit in 1990. Him, and he had a co-defendant back then. I didn't realize the level of bad kids that they was allowing to come out and work and get these little couple of checks, but you know, at the end of all of it, him and his homeboy, they did rob one of the kids for they little dough at the end of the summer and shit. So anyway, I see this dude Gerard, he's up in there, and he's in the house. Who else is in there? Mick is in there. You know, when you come to that shit, you see people that you know from the street, man. They don't say shit to you and act funny, man. I don't know how that energy is, but I seen one of my peoples. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? I call him one of my peoples because we got 40 plus years, and he from Southside. But this dude, he's Spanish. Shout him out, man. I seen my dude Demas up in 4 Upper, man, from Southside. You know what I'm saying? Little Spanish Demas. He was up in there. This is 1992. I know Demas since 1979. You know what I'm saying? We go back to PS45. We go back to public school. Even though he was older than me, he was always shorter than me all through life. And and to this day, I'm only on the record. I'm 5'3", but I'll put that 5'4". Give me my 3/4. Fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, we go shovel past that. Demas, I got mad love for him. Our family got mad love for him. We never had a problem and shit, but he didn't say nothing to me in 4 Up, and I thought we had a problem, but he ain't know me in there. And I seen him in the world since then, and it's all love, and he's around my brothers and everybody like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's nothing, but I guess when you're in jail, it's different, and maybe he didn't want to fuck with me, didn't know who I was affiliated with in 4 Up, because he pretty much was by himself, because there was a bunch of Brooklyn dudes up in there. Who else was in 4 Upper? You had a couple of co-defenders up in there named Cook and Crash. I think they was from Queens. But in 4 Upper, I'm up in there, and I'm in there, and you know, I didn't have a problem for the phone, right? My first situation with this dude, I noticed everybody in there must have been people that was splashing shit. That's what they used to call it, splash you. You know what I'm saying? Or tearing niggas up, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what he told me. Kirky son, he told me he'd tear me up. But anyway, I noticed when I came 4 Up and I got around people, a lot of people had Vaseline behind their ears. Mick, shout it out, Mikael had Vaseline behind that ear. You know what I'm saying? You already know these are people that's doing their thing, touching shit. You know what I'm saying? Putting in work and shit. Extra level type of shit beyond that fighting shit that I'm thinking that's all I need. You know what I'm saying? Like motherfucking you know, that's all I need in this world. Get the fuck out of here. So he's up in there. Cook Crash is up in there. Big Head Gerard is up in there. Demas is up in there. Kirky Sean, his co-defendant Stone Love. Now, my first situation is you know, when you're in the cell house, you don't come out for breakfast, Laz, and you know, I don't care about no phone. I don't really care about too much of anything, but I gotta eat because, you know, ain't nobody sending me no packages from the world. I'm one of them niggas who, yeah, you just a lonely whatever you got going on, you know what I'm saying? A drifter. You got drifters that be real, you know what I'm saying? I ain't type of dudes, you know what I'm saying? I always mind my business. I figure knowing how to fight, mind my business. I ain't stick my nose in nobody business in that building, you heard? You know? And none of the houses I was in, and niggas was doing shit, fighting, cutting, and all that shit. So I'm up in there, and they're giving out breakfast. They gotta slide trays under your door. Laz, I'm on the side where I see, and I'm on my gate because I'm hungry. Motherfucking they coming down. I'm seeing this dude. He's sliding 4, 5, 6 boxes of Frosted Flakes under this person's cell. He skip a cell. He's he give this person cereal. You know, everybody get a tray, but I'm seeing not everybody was getting no cereal, man. No, I seen the he talked about the Frosties too, but he was doing that with whatever kind of cereal that was coming through there, man. For him and his dreads, his yachties, man. I don't know, man. Niggas was doing what they were doing with the phone, but them 17 Jamaicans in that house, man, they was up there kind of moving and grooving, man. And he was out. He must have been suicide, walking, doing the breakfast in the morning. So he finally gets to my cell and slides the tray under there, man. I got 2 slices. I got 2 slices of bread on my tray, lad. Some jelly, oatmeal, milk, and that was it. And the nigga kept on going. And I said, yo, hey yo. I said, yo, Shaba. You know what I'm saying? Like, I tell you, nigga look like Shaba Ranch. He's skinny and shit too. And he was little, so you know, I felt, you know, shooting me 5. You know, the CO let you shoot 5 in his house. It was a white CO in there named Longberg or something like that, man. And he let you shoot 5 because he let me shoot 5. So anyway, I was like, yo, I called back, and this dude. Before I could even finish complaining, he shot back to my cell and was like, yo, something, if you got a problem. And I understood him, even though he had the ill hard Jamaican accent, and he had a bracelet on and all that. He had jewelry. He had, you know, I knew he was somebody. He had chains on and shit up in there, makeup in there, these people up in there. He had jewelry, so I knew, you know what I'm saying? And he had Vaseline behind his ear. I told you, he was one of them up in 4, but Ring Door was up there. He had Vaseline behind his ear. You know, you knew who the people who cut people and would be. So anyway, he came back and he said, "What you say, short man?" And you know, and this, that, and the third. And he said, "Oh, when they crack your cell, I'ma tear your ass up." Right? I said, "Yeah, alright." And he sucked his teeth. He did that shit a lot. Everybody know he sucked his fucking teeth. He did that. I can't even do it. You know, he do how the real Jamaican do when they like had enough. He did that and he walked off and continued giving out his breakfast to his peoples and whoever else. Boom. Later on, they crack us out to come out. You know what I'm saying? We got to go to school, this, that, and the third. I immediately come to my cell, the door, as soon as it's time to come. Like, I'm expecting him to be right there. I come out my cell, he's not right there. Boom. I don't know where he appeared from before, but before I made it to the A and B gates to walk out for school or whatever, he came up to me and he was like, "Yo, you're lucky I like you, you know, you got a lot of heart," you know what I'm saying? So I don't know what he must have liked the "yeah, alright" or whatever the fuck, and my energy towards it, like when I called him like Shaba, like, hold up, like, I don't know, maybe he thought like, oh fuck, nobody, you know what I'm saying, call me, what, you know my name, and I did know his name, cause they respect, but he said, "Yo, you're lucky I like you." So boom, go to school for. We come back or whatever. I'm in there. A couple of days go by. I'm in 4 Upper. Now this dude Gerard, I know him from the street. And one day, Laz, he just mumbled some shit to me, and I don't know what it was. And it must have been something to where, like I said, the CO let you shoot 5, and he was like, "Oh, so y'all wanna?" Okay. And he's like, "Yeah, I wanna shoot 5." I said, "Yeah, I'll shoot 5." But this shoot 5 with him, like I said, I seen him fight at the last day of that summer program, right? But I did like him because we was kind of cool and cordial throughout the whole summer. And he flipped on somebody that I ain't had no affiliation with. Him and his co-defendant jumped some dude, and they was from DFY and all type of shit back then, man. Bad. So anyway, he said he wanted to shoot 5, and I knew I didn't want to do it to him like that. You know what I'm saying? Because he didn't have nothing for me. So he's throwing a couple of punches at me. Basically, it was a boring ass little fight. He ain't land no solid shots to me, and I wound up grabbing on him and throwing him up, slamming his back up against the cells and shit in the corridor, like trying to contain him and tell him he don't want to fight. There's a couple of shots he threw at me, I slipped them. You know what I'm saying? Later on, anybody know I'm not telling lies and shit. My shit's certified. You know what I'm saying? Hundreds and hundreds of street fights all through the boroughs. So anyway, I didn't want to embarrass him because I was little and he was a big nigga, and he has status in there. I didn't want to put him in a predicament to look pussy and shit to the niggas that was in the house with him. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know and didn't know if them niggas knew he knew how to fight or whatever. But when I seen him fight in the 1990 summer, every time he threw a punch, he would duck his big ass head down. You know what I'm saying, Laz? Like, you know how niggas swing and throw overhand haymaker, overhand hook? They duck their head down and just swing the overhand hook. Those is his favorite shots, and he doing with both hands. Both hands. That's when he going for a shot. And when he throws hooks, his right hooks is like they slaps, like they with the palm. You know what I mean? They not no real punches and shit. I don't know. You know, slapsy mapsy. You know what I'm saying? Slapsy mapsy with his punches and shit. But he will fight and all of that, and wrestle you and slam you and all of that on your head. So you know he has some size on him too, lads. I'm talking like he's somebody my size. He had some size on him and a big ass head that I couldn't miss if I wanted to hit it. You know what I'm saying? With multiple combinations, which probably when it took many punches from a little dude like me, I probably would ruin whatever kind of reputation he had up there, because he probably would went to sleep. And I didn't have a problem with him, so I didn't want to hurt him. You know what I'm saying? I kind of got a heart.
Why y'all was beefing again? Why y'all wanted to shoot 5?
Nah, he said something to me. But I didn't understand what he was saying, right? And I had said something back to him, but I'm not thinking he's saying something to me to try to start with me, because I know you remember me from the street. You know what I mean? But like I said, everybody that you might see from the street ain't gonna be the same energy if you see him inside of the jail. This is my first time really getting to know the 4 building, you know what I'm saying? Because I was only there for 1 week in 91. And this is my first time getting into a population house. I was only in 1 lower for a few days, a couple of weeks or so. Then they sent me right to the Bing for a couple of days, and then boom, you know what I'm saying? Within that little spread, they sent me to 4 Upper finally, after they kicked everybody out of Mart 5 and shit.
Hey yo, if you want to support the movement or give a donation, make sure you cop a couple of these Gen Pop t-shirts. You heard? These is crispy. Link in the comments, and the link is in the description. Click that, cop that. Z-Lord.